IVM.
I am one actor, for example, who's really fussy about अगर if I'm performing, then भाई 10-15 लोग सामने मत खड़े हो जाओ ना। आप खड़े हो रहे हो, आप कुछ बहुत मैं रो रही हूँ है ना आपको देख के, और वो वहाँ पे साइड में कुछ अपने हिल रहा है, नाक खुजा रहा है, सर खुजा रहा है, लिटरली आई थिंक द रोल वाजंट so exciting के मरी जाओ उसके लिए. Sorry Zoya.
The entire sequence didn't make sense at all.
I loved it.
So what do you think the film was about?
Yeah, that's so exactly it.
funny.
Hello and welcome to another awesome episode of Pop Rap. I'm Antariksh, joined by Snayhil.
Hello.
Joining us in the studio today is an amazing actor.
Legendary.
From some amazing movies. Say legendary again.
Legendary.
Like Badhai Ho, Badhai Do, Paglet. But
And
one of
your
my favorites,
of course.
Phone Booth. One of my absolute favorite films in the last few years has been Phone Booth.
Oh, I have to tell Guru this.
Yes.
You will go अगर आपके पास कभी समय हो and you go back to the pop rap episode.
So wait, let me.
अच्छा, okay.
We're joined by Sheeba Chaddha, guys.
Right. Hello.
Hello, ma'am. How are you doing? Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes,
Thank you so much for
thank
doing
you
this,
so
coming on
much.
a little show.
Thank
It means a
you.
lot to us.
Thank you.
Firstly, how are you doing, ma'am?
Yeah,
we
I'm
called you
late,
early
I'm
in the
very
morning. Sorry for
this
this.
awful traffic.
Adoro.
Bombay.
Yeah,
Bombay
No
plus
problem.
बारिश plus traffic.
Yeah.
Yes.
दिल्ली जैसा कहाँ है?
पर अब दिल्ली में
शुरू हो
भी
गया तुम
काफी
दोनों का.
खुदा हुआ है.
हाँ.
हाँ.
Yeah. So they both have a Delhi connect.
Yes.
Snehil and
And
Shivan.
theatre circuit also.
And theatre circuit. The Delhi theatre circuit.
Yes,
You'll tell
Delhi
me
theatre.
about that.
Yeah. Before this, Snehil was regaling us with tales of how he didn't get into
Yeah,
the
DU,
dramatic scene
yeah.
more in Delhi. Well, we'll come to all of that.
We'll come to all of that. But before the show,
Yes.
before that, the show
The
that
show.
we want to talk about.
Yes.
मेरा
Ma'am,
English में थोड़ा
you are here
shorthand
to
है.
talk to us about Trial,
हाँ
your
जी.
new show,
हाँ
where
जी.
you play a badass boss to Kajol.
हाँ जी.
So what was that like? Please tell us a little
And
bit more.
the first dialogue in the trailer is, "You're 20 minutes late."
Yeah.
और जो मेरा
Trauma.
PTSD हो रहा
Trauma.
होता है, oh shit.
It's like your life every day.
Yes, that's
yeah.
exactly it. Yeah.
Every day
Yeah,
आग
yeah,
ऐसा
yeah.
अंगूठा लगाना पड़ता ना
Yeah.
तो
Ooh.
बजता है कान में 20
Yeah.
minutes late.
I know, it was damn good fun, yeah. It was really good fun. I have not done this badass boss in a while. But हाँ इस zone के काम तो किए हैं, लेकिन but this very lawyer setting and all that one hasn't
Yeah.
done. Great team.
Yeah.
Really good story. With is adapted from The Good Wife, which is a very popular show, which I have not seen, and my director was quite happy that I have not seen it.
great.
So it's safe to say that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a really good setup. Yeah, Kajol's, I think it's her debut.
OTT
Yeah,
debut,
in a
yes.
long format, and that's
Yeah.
great. Yeah, to work with her, it's truly fab, and I'm not just saying it because it's a good plug, but she's just really wonderful to work
So
with.
this is the first time you're working with Kajol?
Ever. I've
Wow.
never even met her before. I've
Really?
worked
Wow.
with her husband
Yes.
over 2 films, but I've not worked with her ever. Yeah, she's just fab.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
like
she really
Kajol,
is.
Really, yeah.
Truly, she really is.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the story of the show. I understand that Kajol is a lawyer who stops her practice because her husband his career somehow comes to the fore and takes more of her time. And then somehow he gets involved in like a controversy.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit more. If you could,
Yeah.
about the
So
story.
largely, it's really the story of this one level. It's a story of this one person who's sort of trying to reclaim life back and coming back in another after a very long break, and she's coming out of very extenuating circumstances where this horrible scandal has sort of broken loose, and it's the worst thing that can, I think, happen to a woman / anybody, where your husband's sort of embroiled in a sex scandal.
Yeah.
And a fairly well-known person and respected, and then sort of it just goes all south. So she's to come back to work after a long hiatus, and the workplace is sort of her entry is a little bit of a backdoor entry as perceived by her boss, which is me, one
Yeah.
of the bosses, because it's sort of via one of the partners of the
Mhm.
firm, who is an old associate of hers, an ex-flame sort of.
Okay.
So Malini, who's my character, sort of positions herself as a feminist. So it's fairly doesn't go down well with her that this is like a backdoor entry of she thinks it's
Oh.
somebody's just
Ah.
so it's a very no it's not good.
Hmm.
So the its initial dynamic is fairly
Antagonist.
Yeah,
antagonist, a little bit
Nice.
conflicty in that, but of course as the story goes along, because there's a lot of as the tagline is, Pyaar, Dhokha and
Dhokha,
Kaanoon,
yeah.
which is
Kaanoon,
all of that is going to
yes.
play out in the series, and in a really today's way is what I think is interesting. It's like it's very relatable, which also we all say now about a lot of content, but it truly is. It's these are standpoints, pillars of our lives a lot of time. No, love is there, and there's betrayal, and there's
Yeah.
There's
Kaanoon can
Kaanoon.
be of any
Yeah.
kind, right? It
Hmm.
need not just be
Correct.
Kaanoon as we understand it, but
Absolutely.
just I would even think, yeah, it just struck me right now actually of all the interviews that can be your internal code of conduct, internal
Absolutely.
code by which you live life.
Hmm.
That's also your Kaanoon for yourself,
Kaanoon,
isn't it?
yes.
So a lot of that gets questioned, gets sort of modified, gets thrown up for scrutiny in this series, and it's
Mhm.
really
So
beautifully
it's a
done.
courtroom drama. is it?
Yeah.
You could
Oh,
call
call
it
it that.
that,
Alright,
but
alright,
it's not just that at all. In fact, it's a lot outside of what happens to people. It's about people, I would say. These people happen to be people embroiled in a courtroom drama, and they happen to be lawyers, but it's really life as happening to these people is what I would say. So
Alright.
it's really not just a micro, it's a macro of humanity, so to speak.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like,
I
all the
wish my
very
director
best
was
for
here,
this.
Aaron.
ये इसका प्रोड्यूसर इसका क्लिप काट के
Yes. Yes,
उनको
उनको भेज दो,
भेज
भेज
दो।
दो। Done. Yeah.
Super
काम
उनको।
खत्म काम हो गया
अब
तुम्हारा
हो गया अब हम किसी और बारे में बात कर लें
Okay, congratulations on the show, ma'am, and all the very best for it. Comes out on the July 14th of July
14th, yes.
on
Please
Disney Plus
watch,
Hotstar.
please watch. देख
Yes,
लो यार, देख ही लो ये वाला।
ये हमारा जो पॉडकास्ट जाएगा ये आई थिंक एपिसोड रिलीज होने के सॉरी शो रिलीज होने के एक हफ्ते बाद जाएगा
Yeah.
तो तब तक आप देखो और कमेंट्स में
Yeah.
बताओ कि आपको क्या 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 क्या
And
क्या
also,
पसंद आया
you know
about
it's a
the show.
Sheeba Chaddha project,
Of
so
course.
it has to be excellent.
It has to be
It just has to be.
आइडिया नहीं है मैम कि जब से मतलब मुझे जब पता लगा कि आपने कंफर्म किया तो मैंने अपने क्लोज सर्कल में बताया कि शीबा मैम इज कमिंग दिस एंड दैट हम लोग
क्या सही जॉब है तेरी यार.
एंड
That's what everyone
एवरी
just
लाइक
says.
लिजिट इस पॉडकास्ट स्टार्ट होने के 5 मिनट पहले मुझे मैसेज आया कि प्लीज टेल हर दैट शी हैज अ लॉट ऑफ एडमायरर्स एटलीस्ट या आई लेट हर नो इतना बिकॉज़ all of us like I've had this conversation like कि मैं बधाई हो देखने जा रहा हूँ या बधाई दो देखने जा रहा हूँ and we've come out talking about your character every time like when I went to watch बधाई दो and I came out of the theater आई थिंक अगर हमने आधा घंटा मूवी की बात करी तो 25 मिनट हमने आपके कैरेक्टर के बारे में बात की मुझे वो इतना पसंद आया वो कैरेक्टर बधाई दो वाला it was such a lovely
It was
character.
very loved, right? I think you got a lot of
Yeah, I
appreciation for it.
did, and then that's really I'm saying, and I'm not just like being this magnanimous person, but literally the way it's written by Akshat and Harsh, it's like and Suman, it's like it's crazy,
Yeah.
It's it's when they brought it only. It could easily go one way. She could just be like this, little bit loony kind of. But it's not just that. It's the thing they said. They said she's reluctant. So that's a word. She's just somebody, and I really it resonates because I'm damn lazy in life. So it's like कोई भी काम अगर मैं designate कर सकती हूँ किसी को
हाँ.
तो best है.
Okay.
वो कर दो, कोई और कर दे.
Are you much of a procrastinator?
Totally.
Yeah, I love
Yet she got into
procrastinating.
DO yaar
We
she
don't-
remembered filling the form and I didn't
But I don't know. Somebody must have told me. Ghanta, I would not know. I'm really like lame about all these things. Yeah. So
but
but I know it's really like it's that the way it's written about that one nuance which I love.
Ma'am, so but you have played like I think multiple of these characters where the lines may not be too many lines, but you somehow like are able to find these amazing moments and play on those moments in such lovely ways.
मैं मूवीज में रोता नहीं हूँ भाई मेरे को नहीं आता रोना फॉर सम
Okay.
रीजन पता
Okay.
नहीं क्यों
hard boiled egg.
बट वो बधाई दो में
Oh,
जब
that, the
आप
hug wala.
आई
the
स्वेयर
end,
सी
dude,
आई
I know
वाज
what
मैंने
you're
बोला भी नहीं था वो हग
Yeah,
वाला
yeah,
सीन
yeah.
बट जैसे ही
I know
मैंने
what
बोला
you're
और
but
कौन सा होगा ये तो मतलब hello please doesn't take rocket science to know this one.
but still that वो मैं ऐसे बैठ के देख रहा हूँ and I was so engrossed in the film and वो सीन जब आप हक किया and जैसे राजकुमार राव रोते हैं और जैसे आप उनको गले लगाते हो मेरा तो हो गया था वहाँ
यार
पे
हमारा डीओपी रो रहा था after that scene. That
Really?
does not happen, okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
DOPs
Yeah.
they don't cry
Yeah,
like that. So
yeah.
my DOP Swapnil was after this thing, हम तो रो ही रहे थे क्योंकि
You're like मेरा कैमरा ऑन नहीं हुआ मैम सॉरी
thank God बच गए. But after that really like seriously crying and
Yeah.
that was. But it's Raj also, yeah. He's such a
so versatile again. He can do anything.
versatile. So yeah, but he's also he brings that, for lack of a better word, a lot of depth to that moment. That helps because when your co-actor is so there, I remember the day we were shooting that, he came with a different vibe on the set only.
Oh.
Literally, it's like उसके immediately पहले हमने वो scene shoot किया था where he literally comes out to the family. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
that.
Correct, in the drawing room.
So we literally did that scene and then that scene. It was back to back the same day. And he was just in another zone, yeah. And you, as a co-actor, you get that
Ji.
okay, something is.
Yeah.
So then you have to up your, you have to match him for where he is.
Yes.
He's very good, yeah. What to
Ma'am,
say.
I've actually always wondered about this. On like a film set, like a big film set, who decides the tone? Is it the director? Is it the star of the show? Like the tone of the set of the movie? How do you get that?
ये
Like,
तो बहुत बड़ा सवाल हो गया.
Okay.
Tone of the movie तो in the writing ही I think set हो
Writing.
जाएगी ना
Okay.
कहीं पे.
I actually mean more on the set. Like, there's a certain, like, I've heard that the
मतलब
like,
एनवायरनमेंट अगर जैसे
Yeah.
सेट करना है आपने, जैसे फॉर दैट मैटर उस वो वाला जो सीन आप शूट करने वाले थे, जैसे आपने बोला राजकुमार का वाइब भी
Yeah,
उस टाइम
vibe
पे
भी, yeah.
कुछ ऐसे था, तो उस सेट पे जैसे बीइंग एन एक्टर आई वंडर अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स आई एम वाचिंग एंड आई एम लाइक यार इस सीन पे जब ये रो रही होगी मुझे तो ये रोता हुआ दिख रहा है, बट उसके आसपास तो डायरेक्टर है, डीओपी है, ये है वो.
अरे तो
हाउ डज
it's
दैट कम
terrible
अराउंड?
most times. I'm sorry, but it is true. Most sets do not have the sense of that at all. It's a really sad thing. Most of the times, I am one actor, for example, who's really fussy about अगर if I'm performing, then भाई 10-15 लोग सामने मत खड़े हो जाओ ना. आप खड़े हो रहे हो, आप कुछ बहुत मैं रो रही हूँ है ना आपको देख के,
जी.
और वो वहाँ पे साइड में कुछ अपने हिल रहा है, नाक खुजा रहा है, सर खुजा रहा है, लिटरली आई एम लाइक तो हम कौन ही है यार. मैंने so no, the prepping, priming and understanding that the work that we do is different. It is
Yeah.
different. It's not tangible. It is not physical in that sense. It is, but it's not. It's not a. How do I say? It's not a. It's not a tangible thing. Our work is intangible. तो उसकी एक समझ होना बहुत कम, I'm sorry to say, जगहों पे होता है. You only have to keep yourself. That's I think one battle or fight of an actor. You have to keep a thing around yourself by which you will. But then I'm saying that what an amazing level of it's an imposition to put on oneself. कि उतना ही जो आप एक कोई level of energy आप लगा रहे हो to battle that, to say कि ये मुझ तक नहीं आएगा ताकि मैं जो मुझे करना है मैं honestly कर पाऊँ. अगर वही आप उतना energy उसमें somewhere it stays because it's disturbing, it's everything. No, I'm sorry, but most of the times our sets are not primed or prepped for that.
So who would you say from, like, you worked with some amazing
directors, yes.
Right from Sanjana Bhansali to Zoya Akhtar, who would you say, and not just, you don't take names, has there been a set where everything has been perfect?
Everything to नहीं हो सकता ना यार,
Okay.
because there are so many people involved. You know what
Yeah.
I'm
Of
saying?
course, yeah.
But just a general vibe does trickle down, top down. There are sets which are better, but then I don't think they are consistently so. If
Yeah.
I may say that safely, कुछ दिन आपको हो जाएगा. Or,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying?
Get it,
But
get it.
it's
True.
not just only because you have to a scene where you have to
Yeah.
sit and cry or bear.
Yeah.
Your, anything requires you to be really present and honest. And anything can spoil it. You know, sometimes it's harder to do the stuff that's not dramatic
Yeah.
because it has to be so real and honest.
It's true.
As opposed to dramatic में एक drama
Yeah.
inherent है.
हाँ, हाँ, हाँ,
है ना,
हाँ,
आप कुछ
हाँ,
एक anyways आप एक करना, उसका करना आप लेके आ रहे हो. When that करने में नहीं है इतना करने को, but होना ज़्यादा है, it's a tougher thing. And then there's
Yeah.
no understanding of that. I'm sorry, but it isn't. And
Correct.
I wish there was, but there isn't.
I was watching an interview of yours, ma'am, and you were talking about working on Gully Boy with Zoya Akhtar. Apparently, you were supposed to be involved with Dil Dhadak Le Do.
Yeah.
How did that not happen?
Because I have a child and I had just come back from what's that film? Shit, damn it. Oh shit, they'll kill me for this. Ayushman's film, Dam Laga Ke
Oh,
Haisha.
Dam Laga Ke Haisha. Okay.
I forget names a lot.
That's fine.
So I had just come back from a long sked from Rishikesh, and for this I would have to go very soon. It was a 60-day cruise, so I could not leave my bacha for so long, and she was younger at that time. Plus, I think the role wasn't so exciting ke mari jao uske liye. Sorry Zoya, but it wasn't. So
fair.
yeah,
That's totally fair.
but I saw the film, I loved it.
Lovely.
I
yeah.
really loved it.
And then you I think you got to work with Ranveer, of course, on Gully Boy.
Yeah.
On Gully Boy,
And
yeah.
you fell in love with him.
I'm such a fan.
Yeah.
I didn't fall in love.
I mean, like,
I'm
you know what I mean.
I'm
Of
such
talent.
a very
Yeah.
big fan of Ranveer.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Because before that, to be honest, often don't watch too much content.
Yeah.
So I had not seen too much of his work, really.
Okay. Wow.
Little bit, and then you see him in all this very social avatar of his. You know,
Yeah.
jelly, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, nice, cute. This dude is doing
Yeah.
this thing. It's nice.
Yeah.
But blah, when I worked with him, and then when I saw Gully Boy, actually, because I
जी.
didn't have so much of calm with him, na.
Mm-hmm.
2-3 सीन थे जिसमें इतना direct interaction तो था ही नहीं है ना. It's a very vibe thing. But he was there and hanging a little bit, nice.
जी.
But when I saw the film, and it's sometimes when you look at it and you say, "Okay, this actor ने ये shot कैसे दिया यार?"
Yeah.
And he has done that so much in that film. It's so
well done.
gaada
Yeah,
his work. It's so. I think he's a very, very fabulous actor.
Absolutely.
Like, very clever. Very clever in a beautiful way.
Absolutely.
You know,
Agree.
very intuitive. One can tell his skill is very good, and you can just tell his EQ is so good that and he's very intelligent. I
Very,
think
yeah.
as an actor, he's very intelligent.
Correct.
So I
Agree.
think he's fab. I wish one gets to see more of him with scripts written which truly do justice to
Anything else
what he
coming
can
with you?
bring.
Yours and him maybe?
No,
Perhaps?
no, yeah.
That'd be
What,
nice.
yeah.
Okay, petition, guys.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Petition. Let's make it happen.
Yeah. I've never directly worked with him. Would love to.
That would be
love
amazing.
To. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Nice.
So if I can finally get to what I've been
Of
dying
course,
to talk to
he's
you
been
about.
dying.
I
मैम जैसे मैं कह रहा था शो स्टार्ट होने से पहले
हाँ जी.
अगर बाय एनी चांस आपके पास कभी टाइम हो एंड इफ यू वांट टू लाइक गो बैक इनटू आवर एपिसोड लिस्ट फोन बूथ के टाइम पे आई थिंक मूवी आती है
I was in love.
एक हफ्ता उसके
Yeah,
बारे में
I
बात
was
होती
in
है
love.
2 हफ्ता उसके बारे में बात होती है he's made it a point to
Yeah.
talk about that film for at
Yeah.
least 2 months.
यार ये मेरे को भेज
Yeah.
दो.
बिल्कुल,
So I have to send it to
Absolutely.
Guru. You know, I
Yeah.
must send it to Guru. Genuinely, I
जी,
mean,
बिल्कुल,
please send it
बिल्कुल,
to me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
yeah.
dude, I literally think like 5 years down the line, it'll be compared to like Andaz Apna Apna as one of the great
Apna Apna.
comedies that we
Yeah.
ever had in India. It was an balls to the wall comedy. Everything is either a punchline or a setup to a punchline.
Yeah.
Okay, they're doing ads with Katrina's Rasia ad. They're doing
And all,
and
yes.
everything is a joke. And your character was Chikni Chude, which was again a very bizarre, very funny character. Oh God, what was your brief for that character?
आपको भी
He
हिंदी का
said, I'm
प्रॉब्लम है.
casting you in this because I want you will bring some weight to it. Is what I remember Guru saying to me. There was no brief really, but I think he really helped me in that one because I've done really stuff in this zone in a way in theatre,
Yeah.
but I don't think I've really done it on film. So I think there was some way I think in which he helped me when I started it just to set the sur. And he said, but ये होगा ना because it's a constructed character. ऐसा कुछ है नहीं. You know, it's like a really like a constructed character which
Yeah.
you manufactured as approach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
तो एक वो
Absolutely.
चीज़ है उसमें.
Correct.
तो I think in his very guru way, he's this amazing, lovely guy
Okay, wow.
and director. So he just helped me in that. But as a brief तो कुछ नहीं था. I think वो करते करते बनता रहा कुछ. A lot of is coming
Yeah.
from Guru. I
Yeah.
must say
Sure,
that.
sure.
A
Okay.
lot of it.
Like
Because,
a lot of it was improvised, was it?
like हाँ कुछ हाँ डायलॉग इम्प्रोवाइज
हाँ,
हो जाते
हाँ.
थे.
Okay, nice.
फिर वो आ जाते थे. But
Yeah.
and हंसना या the way the nails have to go out,
Yes.
all that you try and do
Yeah.
it on the set. But
Yeah.
I think he had a good idea.
Yeah.
I didn't. He
Yeah.
did. And I
Wow.
think it was a real help from him for me. In
There's
that
this
one.
amazing sequence where you are
Try to
this is your character
हाँ,
introduction in the
हाँ,
movie,
हाँ, हाँ,
where
हाँ.
they run into your character
और फिर आपको
into the
पैर
Chikni Chudel,
ठीक
and then
की
they are
कोशिश
correcting your feet
हाँ.
because चुड़ैल के पैर उल्टे होते हैं. They're correcting your feet. And it's so funny.
Yeah. बहुत मजा आया आप लोगों
बहुत
को.
मजा आया,
मेरे को
बहुत
कितना दर्द हो रहा था आप लोगों को.
पूरे पैर उल्टे कर रहे
मेरे
मेरे
पैर
को.
उल्टे कर दिए उन्होंने यार. बहुत.
The entire sequence didn't make sense at all.
I loved it.
So what do you think
I
the film
loved
was
it.
about?
Yeah, that's
That
so
was
exactly
so
it.
funny. It
It
was
was
so
unabashed
funny.
and I loved it. It was great.
Yeah,
It was fun.
like all the
Yeah.
breaking the fourth wall jokes where
Love it.
Jackie Dada is Moshichi saying and all that. So,
Yeah,
what
God,
would
like,
you do?
मुझे कॉलेज के दिन याद आ गए थे. I really
Yeah.
ना ऐसा
Yeah.
वो बैंक क्लब और स्कूल में
हाँ.
festivals, वो वाले नाटक. Yeah.
I've also, ma'am, heard you say that you have played again very like varied characters, and in one you played a woman who kills children.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What was this?
Oh,
and
that
how
was
did
a.
that work?
I have not seen it. Also,
Okay.
it was a 1-hour episode directed by the by Mr. Dholakia, who directed Reis.
Okay, wow.
But before Reese, and I had done this film called Parzania with him. So then there was this 1 घंटे का episode यार, I think उसका नाम मुझे भूल गया है वो क्या ही होता था, but it was real life, I think, stories of people who have made like some. Oh no, this is a Bhavar.
Okay, you played multiple women?
Yeah. No. Sorry, I got confused. No, that was something else.
Okay.
Oh shit,
Alright,
damn it. This is where did I? Or was it a Jasoos Vijay thing? I've forgotten. It
Okay,
is
no problem.
You
man.
know, it's just so long
Yeah,
back that
that's right.
yeah, but it's a 1 hour thing,
Yeah.
and I did play something
Yeah.
like that. It was hard.
Yeah, I just heard you mention it, but you didn't specify what
Yeah,
project
man,
was. So I
मुझे भी-
always wondered.
It's either a
What could it
Jasoos
be?
Vijay or it's a Bhavar. One of the two things. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
भूल गई, yeah.
Okay, cool.
But crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
But would you remember it being a dark character, or was it played for comedic
Somebody
effect?
who
I don't
kills children, man, not
Yeah,
very
I don't know.
light. I would
I
think
don't-
must have been a dark character, but it's so long back. I याद नहीं है. थोड़ा dark, a little bit dark,
Yeah,
not
little
much.
bit, not
Little,
much.
yeah,
Just,
little.
थोड़ा
थोड़ा सा.
But you are someone who's worked everywhere. YouTube,
Yeah.
television, OTT, movies, theater.
But isn't that true for most actors of my age and my this thing? Haven't they all?
Not all, I
Really?
must say. Yeah, but like when it comes to you, आपने actually मतलब मैं you know notes बना रहा था and I'm like researching and all and I'm like film भी है, filter coffee भी है, YouTube भी है. कैसे narrow down करें 1 घंटे का content? But then how different it is? How is your approach different when you like you know जब आपको पता है कि for example आपको filter coffee ने approach किया कि मुझे आपके साथ ये एक sketch करना है या for that matter आपको एक OTT ने approach किया है. Recently इतना rise हुआ है OTT में. आप अपनी अप्रोच कैसे डिफरेंशिएट करते हो हर काम को लेके या आपके लिए वो एक्टिंग है तो आप उसको सेम
हाँ यार, थिएटर को छोड़ के ना, बिकॉज आई फील के वो मीडियम बिल्कुल अलग, इट्स अलग फ्रॉम दिस. आई वुड नॉट एवर टेक that in the same breath, you know, that it's not the same as doing cinema, OTT or anything else. Just because the presence of the camera just changes the entire dynamic, you know, completely. But बाकी में इतना कुछ नहीं अलग होता मेरे लिए. Also अब OTT और फिल्म में crew और कंटेंट भी ऑन लार्ज लेवल इतना ऑस्मोटिक है, इतना यू नो आधे लोग उधर के उधर ही होते हैं, एंड यू नो the difference I think largely in OTT is because it's long format in that sense that you get to you know sort of course flesh out a character much more. You get your playing field is more expansive as opposed to a film in which actors like us normally will get a certain space to do a certain amount of work. है ना, the films are not really written about us, so एक वो zone कम होती है उसमें. If it's not well written then it can be fairly crappy. If it's well written, like you know, Ban's been lucky to get in the last some time, then you know you have space to bring something to the table. But in the long format you have space to bring something to the table because just literally time, है ना, the length of it helps you a lot. Sketch and all में तो it's just good fun यार. It's like you go 1 day का shooting and filter का भी अरे खत्म हो गया. It used to be like really like that. अब बहुत सारे कपड़े बदलने पड़ते हैं, फास्ट करो but it's no, it's just like a days. It's like everything just condensed in 1 day. It's like you know, ads I find a bit difficult to do, I must say.
Oh, really?
Because it's so. Just yesterday I was shooting for an ad, and you know, Yash and I were talking that it's you just have to. It's such a technical. First, the requirement is so technical. आपको वो you know वो किला मार के हाँ वही लाइन और उस तरह से, और फिर एक चीज़ है ना, एक वाइब है एड का वो. आई गेट इट, दे हैव टू, बिकॉज इट्स पैंडरिंग टू अ प्रोडक्ट इवेंचुअली, एंड इट्स रियली so yeah, that you know, it's a little bit tough sometimes, but other than that it's fairly all right.
Oh, right. आपको कोई ऐसा like do you have any such fun memory जो आपको अपने इतना मतलब I know it's a very done to death question
ये वाले
कि
में ना
कोई memory बताओ मुझे.
मेरे को नहीं याद रहती. but क्या था सवाल में, अगर याद रहा है तो.
वो ऐसा था कि because कि आपने इतना like as I said कि हर मीडियम में you worked, तो like हर एक मीडियम का या कोई भी आपका एक ऐसा एक किस्सा रहा जो आपको आपके साथ है, चाहे वो OTT के लिए शूट करते रहा हो या फिल्म के लिए या
filter copy, like how
filter
was it
copy,
working
yes.
with filter copy back in again like
filter copy
7 years
very
back.
good fun.
Yeah.
It's like बहुत ही मजेदार shooting
बहुत,
because
हाँ.
it's all young people doing it.
Yeah.
Not that non-young or not, but you know what I'm saying? It's a very आप आओ, आप normally mud में shooting होती है, एक बंगला होता है, और वहाँ पे you work with really nice people like Aisha Ahmed, for example,
Yeah,
is somebody
Aisha
I worked with a
Ahmed,
lot,
yeah.
and I just adore her, and
Yeah.
it's just great
Great.
to normally वही लोग होते हैं, और वो जो content होता है वो इतना मज़ेदार होता है. And it's so ना हिंग लगे ना फिटकरी, you know. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just so, in a way, if I may use the word easy as understanding of the word easy in the context, it's just easy to do, and it's just a fun shoot. And so I've really enjoyed my working with Filter Copy, I must say, on every sketch that I've done. बहुत ही मजा आता है.
What do you usually enjoy more? Is comedy something you like naturally lean towards more, or do you like more
Whatever
dramatic
is
writing?
well written, I'm going to give the typical जवाब, but it's really true. जो
Okay.
भी अच्छे से लिखा है.
जी.
अगर मैं बोलूँ comedy, अगर वो shit लिखी हुई comedy, can we
There's
say
no
shit?
fun. Yeah, correct.
Some
Absolutely.
interviews we were told we can't say
No,
shit.
no, go right ahead.
Good. So shit. If they're written shittily, then
Yeah.
your work will. आप क्या ही कर लोगे यार
Correct.
उसमें, है ना?
Yeah.
You another thing one's finding out, if the script is not helping actors, it becomes very difficult then, yaar, because that's actually your
There's
your,
only so much, right?
yeah,
There's only
अब
so
वही
much.
तो
that
क्ले है आपका यार, उसी से तो
हाँ.
आप कुछ बना पाओगे, नहीं
जी,
तो आप
बिल्कुल.
क्या ही कर दोगे. तो yeah, it's so wherever the script is really good, either or, yeah, it just not.
What's your favorite thing about acting on stage?
Wow. It's a tough one because it's so difficult to say exactly. Of course, there is the obvious thing of literally bringing in presence of live energy.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
है ना?
Yeah.
You can't dispute that. It really does something. And the fact that there are no retakes, like we say. There is no camera.
Yeah.
So whatever I do now has to be immediate, present, which is coming from a long drawn process of rehearsal. But I have to bring the fruition of that in that 1 hour. And कितना ही खराब किया, कितना ही अच्छा किया, वो अभी होगा. बस ना आगे है ना पीछे, ये अभी है. ये शो फिर कभी रिपीट नहीं होगा. उसका अगला शो होगा, लेकिन वो अलग होगा. No two shows are ever alike. Yeah, so the just that thing of that, you know, that's quite.
Is there like whenever I see theater troupes, there's always like this infectious sense of camaraderie among them. You can like physically see that. Is that something you miss on maybe a film set or something?
Yeah, it's a good one.
Trust building exercises and trust falls.
No, and I
this
think
and
just the
that.
level of nakedness that you go through, because you just like you know, you have long rehearsals and you're just so you fairly let it all hang out, and that's not so much in, you know, when we shoot. And I'm very bad. I'm pretty asocial, so I don't engage too much. Anyways, on film sets, I'm quite bad. I keep to myself a lot, unless it's like some sets which are different.
Yeah.
But I will not randomly go on any set and just be hanging out with people. नहीं होगा वो. Yeah, there is that thing, and if I miss it, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's a day like when you are not on a set or you don't have to do a recording like this that you're doing for us? What's a day like in a typical day in Sheeba Chaddha's life?
So I'm a great believer in wasting days. I
love that.
Love it.
so
I love it.
I love.
We
days
can all
when-
high five on that. Love it.
Great.
Don't have to. I don't have any. I try not to. I mean, intrinsically I'm not like that, but because my errands built up, I have a thing कि non-productive day है तो मुझे कोई problem नहीं है उससे ना. It's good. Let me just.
I love it.
Hang her up.
So I relax for a day.
Just
Yeah.
do just
Great.
nothing randomly. ऐसे थोड़ा पौधे में
Yeah.
ऐसा कर दिया, चाय कॉफी पी ली, थोड़ी सी बकवास कर ली इधर. I love days
That's
like
great, you know.
That's-
Like, you know, on
yeah.
some days when I'm doing that, at the end of the day, I'll feel a little bit of guilt.
that. Yeah.
कि
कि
यार,
पूरा दिन
क्या
waste
कर
कर
रहा है?
दिया
पूरा दिन
यार.
एक और दिन तूने waste किया. What is this?
No, but do you feel that if it's in the middle of work, in the sense of कि
जी.
आपने 10 दिन काम किया, फिर आपने
जी.
3 दिन, तभी भी आपको होता है या
I think हाँ वही
है.
होता है because it's never like an extended like period of break anyway. It's always like 1 or 2 days का break
Yeah.
in the middle of monotony of the work that you have.
Hmm.
So in those days, if I'm not doing anything, I do feel
By the
कि-
end of the
like
day.
basically I wish I was more comfortable just relaxing. and just
मैंने
doing
कल ही
nothing.
किया है भाई ये. Yesterday was this day. So I was recording an audio series with the company, and अभी कल उसका रैप हुआ है. So I was like, मैं बहुत दिनों से लगातार काम कर रहा हूँ, मुझे एक दिन का ऑफ चाहिए. Yesterday I took an off. didn't move
Yeah.
from my bed.
Great.
Yeah.
Didn't move at all. नानी आई हुई है मुंबई 10 दिन के लिए. I was like, नानी देखो, I respect you coming here. But ऐसा है, आज के दिन खाना भी घर आएगा, हम लोग नहीं निकलेंगे बाहर बिल्कुल भी. कोई गिल्ट नहीं हुआ भाई.
हाँ.
बहुत मजा आया मुझे.
पर आप you like loll around in bed only, ऐसा ही होता है.
मतलब
अच्छा.
यार मुंबई में हमारा घर ही बेड जितना
Yeah.
ही है. तो
क्या करेगा बेचारा?
hang around कर. ज्यादा से ज्यादा पोजीशन चेंज करनी तो मैं बेड से उठ के बीन बैग पे आ जाता हूँ, फिर बीन बैग से थक के वापस बेड पे चला.
बहुत काम कर लिया.
बहुत काम कर लिया आज तो. दोनों को चार्जिंग पॉइंट के पास प्लेस किया हुआ है मैंने. वही बदलता रहता है मेरा तो.
So when on your down days though, are you like watching a lot of TV? Are you consuming a lot of OTT
So I
content?
try not to, because that would be a very easy way to go
Yeah,
down and
sure.
with the day, you know. Then you don't even know. That's one of the reasons I've hardly watched a lot of content, because I really haven't. Most of the times I've just watched White Lotus. मैं सालों से सुन रही हूँ White
Oh,
Lotus,
हाँ.
White
Yeah,
Lotus.
yeah, great
Yeah.
show.
मैंने अभी
Yeah,
देखा है ना.
दोनों सीजन.
दूसरा आधा और पहला एक बिंज में देख लिया था. दूसरा काफी डिप्रेसिंग लगा मुझे तो. और मैं वो
बहुत.
सो ही गई डिप्रेशन में. राती को देख रहे थे तो ऐसा कुछ हो गया. बट आई विल कम बैक टू इट. बट like I just watched The Hard again, you know.
The Hard,
and,
oh,
yeah,
yeah,
because
God.
of course I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of Vijay, so
Yeah,
yeah, but I try not to. Like I try to do that कि मैं रात को देखूं वो छुट्टी के दिन पे भी.
Got
मैं
it.
दिन में ना देखूं.
Okay.
But it's one of my watching things. Watching is one of my favorite activities with my daughter. So this is something we love to do
Oh, wow.
together. So that's one great way of hanging with a 17-year-old, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Is she also
Yeah.
interested in acting?
no,
No, not at all.
no.
Does she watch your and appreciate your films?
Some, not all.
Okay.
I don't watch some of mine यार.
Oh, really?
जैसे अभी मुझे मंडे को एक स्क्रीनिंग पे जाना है तो उसने बोला नहीं मुझे नहीं जाना. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like,
I
it's
get
like
it.
a
Yeah,
private
yeah.
screening.
Yeah.
मैं नहीं आ रही.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like
You were
चुड़ैल.
telling a story again. I've been watching a lot of your interviews. You were telling a story about how you were on the set of Gully Boy and you were like, Anna, you get to
Yeah.
meet Alia and all.
Yeah, now she's a really
Yeah.
big fan of Alia's.
Yeah,
Now
that's
she
what-
wants to meet Alia.
Yeah.
After that, I did an ad with Alia. That day I said, "आ
Yeah.
जाओ."
हाँ.
She said नहीं.
नहीं.
बेवकूफ है ना. तो हाँ.
Yeah.
है ना. हाँ.
Maybe she's like, you know how they say, don't meet your heroes.
No, they
I
also
don't wanna
have
be-
social anxiety at 17.
Yeah.
है ना.
That's
There's a
true.
lot of
Mm.
things
That's
that
definitely true.
it's a
yeah.
thing of like
Yeah.
she yeah they
And
do.
the pandemic hasn't helped with that
No,
for sure.
it doesn't have.
Yeah.
हमको ही
Not at
है.
all.
मेरे
हाँ.
को हो रहा है
बिल्कुल,
मुझे लग रहा है यार.
Absolutely.
जिनको नहीं थी उनको होने लग
हाँ,
रही
I'm,
है.
I'm a
बिल्कुल.
thing. I'm like asocial any which way.
I get
And
it.
now
I
she told me
absolutely
the
get
day
it.
before.
Yeah.
She said, I think now you have social anxiety. आप asocial नहीं हो, आपको हो गया.
Now you get it,
हाँ.
mom.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
अभी हम लोग bowling करने गए थे and one of my friends she's like कि पैंडेमिक के बाद भी काफी लोग हैं नहीं यहाँ पे इनको
बाहर.
देखना
Yeah.
इनको
Yeah.
देखना नहीं चाहिए थोड़ा
Yeah.
मास्क वास्क
But what do you think?
sanitizer
आप
and
लोग को लगता है कि कुछ हुआ है बदलाव in this thing instinctively for people post the
Sure,
pandemic?
for sure.
I think people are like, if you somehow when I go to malls over the weekend, they are way more crowded, I feel, than they were before the pandemic.
मुझे तो वो क्राउड देख के डर लग जाता है भाई.
हाँ तो yeah,
Yeah.
तो I think
I
मैं
people
डर
can't-
जाता
are
हूँ.
I
out.
never
मैं
go
नहीं
to
कर
malls,
सकता.
yeah.
People are out with a vengeance, I feel now.
Okay.
Uh,
That
तो
is one
घूमेंगे.
thing. हाँ, वो
तुम
तो-
रोक के दिखाओ.
हाँ, वो एक activity हो गया. But I'm
Yeah.
saying that do you feel in people's personalities, behavior patterns, just instincts, there's a
Like,
difference
yes.
in terms
Absolutely,
of
like-
how we engage now.
True.
I think there's a little bit more mindfulness, but also I think as we grow further apart from the pandemic, it'll become less and less and less, and people go back to their old habits more and more and more.
But अभी you're sensing
अभी right
that?
now थोड़ा I think immediately after the pandemic तो बहुत sense हुआ था कि
हाँ, वो
everyone's
तो-
socially awkward
हाँ.
and everyone nobody has
Yeah.
small talk has become so much more difficult to do.
But isn't
somehow.
that good? I wish that doesn't
That's
go
true.
away.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Ma'am is like,
But
मत
I
आओ
rely
ना
on
यार
small
मेरे
talk
पास.
quite a lot.
मत करो मुझसे बात, तुम खुश
मैं
रहो.
बहुत खराब हूँ यार. मेरा तो क्या ही होगा.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
तो आज weather अच्छा लग like हाँ not interested in talking to you man. पता है.
हाँ तू छत पे जाके देख.
यार, जा-
तो मुझे
जा
मत
करो.
परेशान.
Sorry.
What?
But, हाँ, please continue.
What is your favorite type of music? If I were to
I
ask
was
you
also
that?
about to ask
Really?
the same thing.
Oh, wow.
Because मैं आज सुबह नानी as I said नानी आई हुई है तो
हाँ.
एलेक्सा पे सब वो चल रहा है जाने कहाँ मेरा
हाँ,
जिगर
so-
गया
yeah, yeah.
Does she like those songs?
या she
Yeah.
loves it. उनकी वजह से मुझे भी पसंद आ गए हैं अब. और मैं भी वही सुनता रहता पूरा टाइम.
Great.
Yeah, those are great
Yeah,
because
I
it just
Yeah.
it just reminds you of for me when I listen to them of really a time which was something. That time is still not my time. It was but just the black and whiteness of it is just so innocent. It's so beautiful. I love that. Blah. But
Yeah. Yeah. Favorite.
so I think I'm somebody who is always फेल्ट कि मुझे म्यूज़िक बहुत ज़्यादा पसंद है लेकिन उसके प्रति मैं बहुत कम काम करती हूँ टू sort of finding or constantly I'm lazy about setting up a good music system at home and you know what I'm saying but I technically I love कि सारा टाइम म्यूजिक बजे आई एम वेरी फॉन्ड ऑफ जैज आई रियली लाइक इंडियन क्लासिकल बहुत ज़्यादा हिंदुस्तानी कर्नाटक मुझसे मुश्किल लगता है बट हिंदुस्तानी फॉर श्योर then I love to listen to a lot of what the young people listen to now and I all the time tell my daughter to bring me stuff but she's also chudel and lazy and doesn't bring it to me but a lot of new stuff like I know Harry Styles is not new in that sense, but Harry Styles I love the vibe that he brings and really love him. A lot of the new stuff that TikTok में जो कई बार music बजता है, some music of that is really wonderful and really like fun and and just like somebody who's just doing some interesting work like you know if it's the some music person from Berkeley or something or John Cage, Philip Glass it's a different थोड़ा मजा आता है सुनने में.
What kind of jazz are you into, ma'am?
And this normal jazz यार मैंने जब the greats मैं तो वो नहीं को मैंने सुनते रहो उनकी Herbie Hancock को lot of Herbie Hancock.
You listen to jazz, Antariksh?
Yeah, I love jazz.
Wow.
A lot of
a lot of things for me you don't know, man.
Yeah, Charlie Parker, lots. I like blues also. Yeah, lots
Blues
of that. Yeah,
great. I love this.
Yeah.
It's a very like not a typical answer. People just be like I like old Bollywood. I like this.
Yeah.
Old Bollywood is great, of course. But I love listening to people talk about jazz because not enough people appreciate jazz, and it's very sad. I feel.
हाँ मुझे अगेन अक्ल उतनी नहीं है बट सारा टाइम घर पे जैज ही चलेगा अक्सर बिकॉज हिंदुस्तानी बजाऊंगी तो मेरी बेटी मुझे मारेगी तो एंड थोड़ा बहुत वेस्टर्न क्लासिकल या शोपान ऑल आई लाइक अ लॉट या बट
इफ यू वर टू नेम योर फेवरेट मूवी ऑफ ऑल टाइम
मतलब कभी से लेके कभी तक
a movie you can watch again and again and again and again and again.
rewatchable scale पे वो मूवी बहुत है.
I can't watch it again and again but it's a movie that I think I really what do I say I'm in awe of is In the Mood for Love which is a movie by Wong Kar-wai and that would be my movie like मैंने क्या ही बना दिया उस आदमी ने. So yeah.
In the Mood for Love.
Yeah, you must see it.
I will definitely watch it.
Yeah. And
slow vibe है बहुत slow vibe है.
And from Bollywood?
Oh बहुत उसमें भी बहुत सारी हैं नई पुरानी कुछ भी बोल सकते हैं.
जी बिल्कुल.
Free reign.
I loved Lunchbox very much.
Very much.
है ना? I loved Maqbool is my actual. So yeah,
finally someone said
Maqbool.
it.
So I think I personally think sorry Vishal ji, but I think it's his best movie till date.
Yes.
And love Maqbool love it.
Like विशाल जी ने उसका मतलब I don't know casting किसने किया है but विशाल जी was like कि इंडिया के सारे बेस्ट एक्टर्स हैं उनको उठा लो उनके साथ पिक्चर बनाने का मुझे.
But so well done.
Great. I'm a huge fan of Piyush Mishra and I watched Maqbool because of Piyush Mishra. And when I watched it I was like
Yeah, I think he's good in that movie. He's quite good, yeah. But Irrfan is the one
exactly.
I am
of course.
I can't even say I'm a fan.
Did you get a chance to work with him, ma'am?
Yeah. That's the thing. In fact, I've been telling Suparn, who's a director, trial, which is
out on July 14th.
Yes, on Disney Plus Hotstar.
I did. I'm genuinely like, it's like insane. I think I have an obsession with Irrfan. I can't even say I'm a fan.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've done one hour long format kind of film which was part of series which never came out and is now with Hotstar. They're sitting on it because it was with UTV earlier and it was
क्या कर रहे हो?
Yeah,
Hotstar,
I'm really
guys.
going to go and meet somebody genuinely. I'm not joking.
It's your the trial now.
It's
Please.
ready. Yeah. And it's a 1 hour thing. It's just Irrfan and me and that and then there was a lovely movie called Kali Salwar which is on movie now in which there was a little bit just
It's again an unreleased project, is what you say?
It came on, it's a FTI film तो वो अब मूवी पे है मुझे मालूम है वो मंटो की 2 कहानियाँ जोड़ के बनाई हुई है तो उसमें भी इरफान है और सादिया सिद्दीकी हैं और सुरेखा सीकरी.
कौन सी कहानी है मंटो की?
काली सलवार इज वन स्टोरी एंड दूसरी वाली मुझे नहीं याद कौन सी तो 2 जोड़ी हैं बट द नेम ऑफ इज काली सलवार.
सॉरी मुझे खांसी आई एकदम पानी पीते बट मकबूल में इरफान साहब का एक सीन है जिसमें Pankaj Kapoor is talking about Taboo and he says something जो doesn't go well with Irrfan साहब and power dynamics में पंकज कपूर ऊपर है और इरफान साहब नीचे है मूवी में So he's working and he gets angry because he's in love with Tabu. And a lot of people show anger in a lot of different ways. And what he does is he's working and he just looks up like this.
Oh, I have to see it again.
Oh.
Arey वाह.
He just looks up like this and the anger in his eyes.
But what did he say? But Pankaj Kapoor.
वो exactly मुझे वो dialogue याद
अच्छा,
नहीं है, but he says something which doesn't go well with Irrfan Saab, and he's working and he just looks up at him. Wow, what a scene! What a scene! And so I was never big on cinema and all of this till I joined theatre, and like people were like, "Isko padho, isko dekho, isko karo," and then I got into it. And then when I watched Maqbool,
Yeah.
I specifically noted this scene down. I went to my president of the society then and I was like, ये वाला scene is like, हाँ अच्छा scene है, ऐसे ही अब और सिनेमा देखो और सीखने को मिलेगा. But Maqbool for me is very memorable for that very scene. I always, like, whenever the topic of Maqbool comes up, I mention that scene. Love it.
Did you ever have any conversations with Irrfan sir?
Oh yeah,
Like never?
that time
Okay.
it was like really 100 years back, and
Okay.
I think I was just so enamored by him,
Yeah.
and we had a lot of time because we went and shot in Goa for almost some 6-7 days. मुझे याद है, and it was literally him and I,
Oh wow.
and
Wow.
largely, you know,
Yeah.
and I think तब उतनी अकल भी नहीं थी और उतना yeah, I wish it would be
I'm
now.
Sure. Yeah, the entire country wants
Yes,
that loss,
yes,
of course.
yes, yes. But any projects that you are looking forward to that are in pipeline and they're about to come out?
The trial.
Trial, absolutely. Yes.
That yes, of course.
हाँ यार कुछ तो अच्छे हैं आई मस्ट से. एक ऑस्ट्रेलियन फिल्म की है मैंने अभी, उसका नाम है द नॉट.
Australian film.
Wow.
वो आएगी बट हाँ इंडी. एंड एक जर्मन नेटफ्लिक्स सीरीज की है वेयर आई एम प्लेइंग एक्चुअली समबडी हुज लाइक 60 like late 60s, so little prosthetic and wig and all of that.
Yeah.
That was fun. And this film with Vijay Verma called The Afghani Snow.
Oh, you're working with
which-
Vijay Verma
Yeah.
Again after Gully Boy, second one,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, again I had nothing to do with Vijay. in
Yeah,
that one
not
really.
film,
Yeah, I think
But
not.
wow, that's amazing.
So yeah, so that one film is there. There's अभी एक और आ रही है. Yeah, और मिर्ज़ापुर
great,
बंदिश Bandits 2 and तीन
Wow.
चार और web series. But excitedly, this is immediately. And then there's one more film with Vicky, which is coming now, which Anand Tiwari is directed for Dharma. That's coming.
wow.
And then I think there are 4-5 other series.
That's a
out.
lot
Yeah.
of
That's a lot
projects.
of
Yeah,
project,
suddenly it's
yes.
like कई बारी वो
amazing.
इकट्ठे
हाँ,
होके
correct,
you know
जी,
एक
yes,
time.
yes,
Correct,
yes.
हाँ, but ये सब अभी over scattered time आएंगे.
जी.
But this like Bandish, yeah, this was very fun this time because गाया है बहुत सारा. So this in the first season I didn't have much. I don't know if you've seen the series.
I'm
yeah.
not. I'm sorry.
तो उसका
आपने गाया है उसमें?
मतलब it's a series based on Indian classical
Oh,
music
okay, okay.
Yeah.
technically, and then
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay,
so
okay. Oh,
is very.
beautiful.
That's great यार. Actually हम लोग अपने एपिसोड के एंड में मोस्टली एक recommendations राउंड ऑफ सॉर्ट्स करते हैं. तो लाइक फॉर आवर ऑडियंस, अगर आप कुछ एक ऐसा कंटेंट रेकमेंड करना चाहो that you would want, like it's a good content that you've consumed and you would want our audiences
अंग्रेजी.
to go. अंग्रेजी,
Anything,
हिंदी, कैसा भी.
Fleabag. I'm a big
Fleabag,
fan
yes.
of
Phoebe
Fleabag.
Waller-Bridge.
Yeah,
She's
I'm a
amazing in
big
Fleabag.
fan of that.
Great,
show.
great.
I think it's
She's
great.
great.
Please dekho.
She's in the new Harrison Ford Indiana Jones movie.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, damn it! I have to go and
Yeah,
see it
I
then.
haven't
Yeah,
watched
but
the
I've heard it's
film.
not great.
Yeah, but it's okay. But
That's
to
fine.
see
She's
just
amazing.
Indiana also.
Yeah, and with Harrison Ford and Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Shanice Space. Again, wow.
But the
Yeah,
reviews
yeah.
I've been hearing are good only. They're like it's a perfect closure to a iconic.
अच्छा, खत्म हो गया. This would be
हाँ,
it?
this is yeah.
Yeah.
The
How
last
much
one
more
with
is
Harrison,
possible?
yes.
Harrison Ford, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make
हाँ,
Indiana
now
Jones
it's a
into
new
Phoebe
Indiana.
Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
I think
Yes,
that will be
yes, that's
they'll
the
continue.
bridge,
Hopefully,
yes.
No,
the
but
series could continue.
you
as
saw
well.
it?
No, this one I
You-
know.
Acha,
I watched a
okay.
lot of reviews.
Okay.
That's my thing.
I
I
know.
love reading reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, about everything. It's just, that's what it is. But okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
But मैं आपको एक इंसिडेंट बताता हूँ.
चलिए,
Manifestation, ठीक है.
हाँ,
So
बोलो,
we were I had to go to Marriott to meet someone, and I was entering Marriott, and you were walking out of Marriott, and you were wearing
Wow.
something red, and I just looked at it. I was like, oh, Sheeba Chaddha. And then I just सेड टू माई सेल्फ कि यार he should come on our episode यार,
Oh, wow.
कितना सही हो जाएगा. And I legit just saw you went to your car, I walked in, I saw you and I was like, wow, Sheeba Chaddha, I wish you would come on the
अरे तो
podcast.
बोल ही देते आगे.
And then
Okay. Next time we know that's how
Next
you
time
want.
we know.
Sheeba, ma'am.
वाह यार.
Ma'am, please come on our podcast. Middle of the road.
हाँ, मैरियट पे आओ
Great.
फिर
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Correct. Only married.
Only married. Only
married.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you
This was
so
lovely.
much,
Thank you for doing
ma'am.
this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
yeah,
But
thank you for-
as a closure, जिसके लिए हमने ये स्टार्ट किया था, the trial,
Yeah.
जब ये एपिसोड निकलेगा उसके एक हफ्ता हो चुका होगा उससे आए हुए. Do drop in your the things that you liked.
Yeah.
अगर आपने तब तक नहीं देखा है तो do go and watch it. I know my family is waiting for the trial because they are big on courtroom dramas.
Oh.
They are big on courtroom dramas. My mom, like every day she'll call me like, यार वो आ गया क्या वो हॉटस्टार पे जो तू कह रहा था courtroom drama आने वाला है. I'm like अभी नहीं आया.
हाँ, उनको बहुत
अभी
मजा आएगा.
आएगा.
Actually मजा आएगा.
So she's very big on courtroom dramas and recently she's gotten into OTT and series देखनी है. पहले she was like movie देखनी है सिर्फ. And then now she's like
अब
series
सब
बताओ वो
देखेंगे.
लंबा
Yes.
चलता है टाइम पास
Yeah,
होता
yeah,
रहता है.
I get it.
So yeah, do watch the show. Drop in your reviews, drop in your comments.
Please
Send us
hit
love.
that like
Yes.
या share button. मैम आप भी बोल दीजिए थोड़ा लाइक
हाँ.
कर देंगे.
जल्दी बोलो क्या बोलना है.
बस लाइक कर दो
बस
भाई.
इतना ही लाइक कर दो.
लाइक कर दो
Like करो,
बिल्कुल.
अभी कर दो.
कर दो,
अभी
please,
तो करो.
यार,
उन्होंने
कर दो
बोल दिया
यार.
है बस.
हाँ, कर
Alright,
दो कर दो.
that's it. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so
you.
much.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
IVM